everybody, and welcome to the Football Philosophy channel. And it's the night before Manchester United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers at Old Trafford. Wolves only played, this is Monday night, United are playing Tuesday night. Wolves played Spurs on Sunday night, so they've got such a short turnaround. United played Saturday lunchtime, so quite a difference. I mean, we've complained often enough in the past about one game being on top of another. So if that's a negative for us, then obviously this has got to be a positive for us. Surely that's how it works. So Wolves have got 2 games in 48 hours, if you like. The second one being against us. It's a vital game. The games are coming thick and fast, and every game is vital. Every point is vital. Devastated that we let an equaliser in against Leicester. I felt we should have managed the game better after we'd taken the lead with less than 10 minutes to go, and Leicester still managed to get that equaliser. Or it was around 10 minutes to go when we took the lead. So gutted that they got that equaliser, and then lo and behold, who could believe it? But West Brom took a point from Anfield on Sunday night, i.e. costing Liverpool 2 points. If we could have won that game, held on to our lead, we'll be right on Liverpool's coattails now. As I've said numerous times in the last week or two on these shows, vital that we stay in touch with Liverpool. We cannot afford that gap to grow. We're 5 points behind them. Luckily, they drop points after we drop points, and it so often happens like that. It used to happen many times in the years when we were regularly challenging for titles, that you drop points unexpectedly, and then suddenly your opponent had dropped points unexpectedly as well. So United Wolves tomorrow. As a fan, you can't help but look at the other teams' fixtures and hope that they're going to drop points. That's just natural, what fans do. You always hear managers and players saying we've got to put our own house in order. We've got to do what we can do. We've got to win our games. Whatever happens in the other games is out of our hands. I agree that it is out of your hands. You can't do anything about somebody else's fixtures and how somebody else plays. But as a supporter, there's nothing wrong whatsoever in looking at the other team's fixtures, and I've had a quick look at Liverpool's fixtures. Liverpool have got to play Newcastle United and they've got to play Southampton, while we're playing Wolverhampton Wanderers and Aston Villa. The way Villa are going, Wolves and Villa is probably slightly tougher than Southampton and Newcastle. We've got the slightly tougher fixtures. If you assume Liverpool are going to get 6 points from those 2 games, we've got to get 6 points from our 2 games. We cannot afford the gap to grow. Our next league game after we've played these 2 games is Liverpool. We need to be going to Anfield no more than 5 points behind them with a game in hand. If we can do that and get a draw there, we're rapidly approaching the halfway mark in the season. If you can reach the halfway mark in the season and be in the hunt, and you are in the hunt if you're 5 points behind with a game in hand, and that's the worst position we could be in. If we can win these 2 and get a draw at Anfield, the worst position that we could be in would be the position that we're in now, which is 5 points behind with a game in hand. If we can reach the halfway mark, which would be 2 games later, and be in that situation, you've got to wonder, when is it going to happen that we're going to fall out of the race? So at the minute, we're in the race. It's still fairly early doors, but we are approaching the time where you've got to sit up and look at it and sort of go, we're in a title race here, without a doubt. So that time is approaching soon. I'm hungry for us to get points and stay in that race until the halfway mark. They play after us, by the way. Their game against Newcastle is Wednesday night. We play Tuesday night. We've got to win tomorrow night and then see what happens the next evening. I see a lot of people looking at the other results, people looking at City's result, Chelsea's results, Spurs results, even United fans hoping for those teams to drop points. I look at it completely differently to that. I want it to remain tight. I want all these teams, all right, they're going to want to take points off us as well, but I want them to be desperately trying to take points off Liverpool. All the big teams, I want those teams to stay in the hunt. I want us to be as close to Liverpool as possible. I believe if you finish above Liverpool, the likelihood is that you will be the champions. I'm not saying we can do it at this moment. I'm not. As I say, at the minute, tick them off one game at a time, stay in the hunt. That's all I'm saying, stay in the hunt. But I do believe if you finish above Liverpool, you've got a fantastic chance of being title winners. Absolute worst ways, you'd be second in the league. And the way we've been in recent years, that'd be a fantastic improvement, being second in the league again. It's still a dream for me, winning the title. I still think it's a dream, but it isn't ridiculously far-fetched at the minute that we could win it. So I look at Liverpool's results. I want to finish above Liverpool. I don't care what the other team. When I say I don't care what the other teams do, I think it's better that they win the likes of City, the likes of Spurs, the likes of Chelsea, even Leicester and Everton at the moment. When they play each other, obviously they can't all get maximum points, but we've got to finish above those teams. We've got to aim to finish above Liverpool. I'm not interested in the top four race. If we're close enough to Liverpool at the end of the season, even if we're ever so slightly behind them, we will be in the top four anyway. That's the way I look at it. So I'm not interested in the other teams that are around us in dropping points. We've got to win our games. We've got to put our house in order. And we've got to stay as close as possible to Liverpool. The closer we are to Liverpool, it makes us almost certain, if you like, to be in the top four. Wolves on Tuesday night. It's a proper tough game. We've played Wolves 7 times since they got promoted to the Premier League. This is the 3rd season back in the Premier League. We've drawn them in the Cup 2 seasons in a row, one of which went to a replay. We've played them 7 times and beaten them once. The one occasion we beat them, it was 1-0. We've only scored 4 goals against them in 7 games. 4 goals in 7 games. We've never scored more than once in any of those given games in 7 attempts. I'm not saying past results do not mean anything when looking at a game that's upcoming. Doesn't matter what the past results are, that's all gone behind you. All I'm pointing out is how tough a game it is. That's all I'm pointing out. It's a ridiculously tough fixture. It has been for us for 2 seasons, and Wolves give virtually everybody a game in the league every time they play them. So there's not going to be any easy points for us in that fixture. Desperate for us to win it, but it's a proper tough game. Villa on Friday. Believe it or not, we're talking about us being in a title race. If you look at it, points per game, Villa are in a stronger position than us. So if Villa are 2 points behind us with a game in hand on us, so Villa won't be coming to Old Trafford with any inferiority complex. They came and got a draw last season, and although we beat them 3-0 at Villa Park in the return leg, this last season, for whatever reason, he's done a fantastic job there, by the way. Last season they were relegation candidates right till the end of the season. Pretty sure they needed a result on the very last day. Did they not play? I think they played West Ham away on the last day of the season and needed a result to be certain of staying up. So how they're doing what they're doing now and being actual title challengers is unbelievable. What we're going to do tomorrow, what's Ollie going to do as our starting lineup? Lots of different ideas out there. People coming up with this player should play or that player should play. Will he change the format? It's difficult to second guess Ollie. He changes it that often and always saying that players need rests. And like I say, even though Wolves played Sunday and they're playing Tuesday, we played Saturday lunch and we're playing Tuesday. We're playing again on Friday. So you wouldn't be surprised if there was numerous changes, but guessing what those changes are going to be wouldn't be easy. I'm going to have a little bash at what I think it could be. I've seen couple of little reports today. I've had a go at this team earlier, and I've got Rashford in it. I didn't have Lindelof in it. Lindelof came off injured the other day, and the rumour is that he's not fit. But Rashford also seemed to hurt his shoulder towards the end of the game, and he has had problems with that shoulder, and there's rumours about today that Rashford might not be fit tomorrow. I've got Rashford in this team, but I'm going to remove him from it, having seen that report, as I say, that it looks like he might not be fit, so I'm going to change that. I didn't have Pogba in my team, so I'm now going to say that this is how I think we'll line up. I think we'll line up with De Gea in goal. I think Axel's done well at right back a couple of times, and Wan-Bissaka's had a rest for a couple of games, but I think Axel will get a game. Axel only came on as a sub the other day. I've got a feeling he's going to start Axel at right back. I think Bailey will keep his place. Lindelof's not fit anyway, so Bailey and Maguire will be centre backs, and I think Luke Shaw will play again. I think he wants to try and keep the back four pretty steady, but I do think Axel will get a game at right back, so I think it'll be Axel, Bailey, Maguire and Shaw as a back four. I think he's going to revert to a diamond because of the personnel that he's going to want to fit in. I don't think he's going to want to drop McTominay or Fred or Bruno. So Bruno's going to be at number 10. I fancy McTominay at the base of a diamond, and only because, as I've just said, I'm removing Rashford from my possible starting lineup. I think you'll see Pogba come in for Rashford. I could be miles out, by the way, it's just my guess. But I'm going to put McTominay at the base of the diamond, Fred to the right, Pogba to the left, Bruno at the point of the diamond, and up top, I fancy Cavani to get a start along with Anthony Martial. So that's the 11 that I think will probably, not probably start, I shouldn't even say that, it's so difficult to guess. That's the starting 11 that I fancy has got a good chance of starting. As I say, massively important 3 points. Got to keep the pressure on, keep winning your games. You never know where it can take you. Not going to be easy. Wolves got a late equaliser against Spurs the other night. Every time they play Wolves, they're a really difficult side to beat. I'd take a 1-0 win now if offered it. Any win, just get the 3 points in the bag and try and keep the pressure on. Try and stay on their coattails. I'll be back tomorrow with a live show. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow evening, so about 6:45 I'll be back with a live show, talking about the possible lineups, having a look at what other people have said about what the lineup might be, and obviously the team news will then be out at 7 o'clock, so we'll be live from about 6:45 to 7:30. Tune in for that one. If you've enjoyed that little show, please tell all your friends, please subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, don't tell anyone, keep stum.